myself like 2.5 hours to kind of build that out. Now I have like 30 minutes. So I'm going to show you guys how kind of rapid fire through building out that lesson using kind of like AI and stuff like that. So I'm going to show you how that process now. So today we're talking about testing different Facebook pages, which is like the actual like page you're running ads through right there. And then one of the things that I love to do when I'm actually like building out that particular lesson right there is I love to actually have like an SOP with like within Google Docs, and I also like to actually do a live demonstration with my students. So maybe they have like the short, like 2-3 page SOP that they can follow. They don't have to watch that full lesson right there. But then the other thing I like to do is actually film that lesson to make sure that they actually fully understand that. But what I'll do is actually when I'm building this SOP out is using a tool like Voice In right here. So you guys can actually start seeing now as I'm talking, it's transcribing it onto the Google Doc. And what I'll do is I'll just sit here and literally just talk through the lesson pretty much as almost like as if I'm giving that lesson right now live to my students and stuff. And then what I'll do here is actually like take that full document of me talking for like 20-30 minutes right there and like just basically spitting out all the information I know around that particular topic. And I'll use something like Manus AI, for example. So let me just turn that off. And then I use what's called Manus AI, and I'll actually give that full kind of like just me rambling for 30 minutes to it. So like here, I basically talked about increasing LTV, and this is like just me rambling for 30 minutes on increasing LTV. And then from here, I'll give it to Manus, and Manus will actually structure that into a more follow through SOP and stuff that I can actually deliver to my students and stuff. So yeah, Manus is one of my favorite tools right now for like deeper, larger tasks, and I think that's what's you have to just be smart about it to have a few different AIs you turn to for various different things. So, but yeah, so this is what I'm about to dive into right now and finish up before we head out. And like I said, we have about 90 minutes and stuff before we actually have to head out and actually start 90 minutes before the call starts. So we have to fly through this real quick, and so I'm gonna dive into this and see you guys in a little bit.
Yeah, no.
All right, just getting back now to the house. We got 15 minutes. Hopefully, we can hurry up and eat real quick and everything before we hop into our weekly student call. Just like last vlog, we got the about 4 ounces of steak, some sweet potatoes, and some broccoli that we're about to chow down on real quick. And yeah, so far, pretty solid day. We're able to just about fix the issue that we had with this morning with a client and stuff, and just kind of shed some more light on that. They had a new product launch, and this new product launch was very vague in terms of when they wanted to get live and everything. So there's really no deadline or anything like that. And so we're just taking our time building the ads, getting all the assets ready, and then out of nowhere they were like, "Why isn't it live? We want it done for this day, etc." That we weren't really told about. So there's just a miscommunication on that part right there that could have been prevented if I just simply asked the question, when do we want this live by? So that was just one thing we're hoping getting fixed today. But yeah, so we are able to get the student lesson done. Pretty solid lesson. So we'll be talking about the art of ad camouflage to be able to camouflage your ads to platform itself. So about to jump into that in a second. We're gonna finish eating first, and then probably see you guys on that call. And honestly, I'll probably wrap up today's video after that. All right, let's see. Couple quick things we have to get ready for the call. We need to add the new cigar to the collection. I think that's one thing say important to get done real quick. Um, let's see. Da-da-da. I don't think I've ever done a cigar collection print. What do I have in here? Oh yeah, that's the cigars I got. One of my students actually gave me this back from Miami. I remember y'all seeing that. So yeah, This is the Year of the Horse one we just picked up right there. So I'm excited to smoke this. Really good At least from what he said, it was some good reviews and stuff like that. We have all kinds of stuff in here though. We got the these is also another solid one. Sam Jacob sent me that. These are really, really good solid stick for beginners too. It's a Cohiba one I got from New Orleans. When we went check out one of the cigar lounges over there. This is an authentic Cuban cigar right here. But yeah, just gonna give you a little tour. I actually haven't checked this in a while. We need to probably get us another humidity pack in here. Let's see. Is that still good on humidity? Let's check that real quick. These things are pretty cool. They'll tell you like replace boost humidity when it turns blue. We're still orange, so we're good. So we'll be set. Cool thing about living in Louisiana is that it's already very humid here, so I feel like cigars last a lot longer here than if you're living like anywhere else in the world. But yeah, so let's see. What else we gotta do real quick before we get to the call? Need my laptop. That's number one. That'll be important. Let's see. We need more caffeine. A little bit left of a C4 I was sipping on. Take that. Let's grab the dog some more water real quick so I don't freak out while we're in the call. Then we pretty much set. This is typically whatever happens every Friday right here. Been the most standard Friday. And then after this call, y'all won't see this part because we're already in the video and stuff, but after this call on Fridays, I pretty much just chill out. I do a call with my life mentor, which is fun because we typically just like play Call of Duty the whole time right there. As far as like other work I gotta do throughout the day, gotta what you call it? We have to get life mentor call. I gotta do like my challenge, which the 90-day GMP for those who know. And then the last thing I gotta do, or last thing we typically do, is just chill out for the rest of the night. We have a 6.5, 7 mile run tomorrow morning, so we're gonna kind of get ready for that. Me in Victoria. But yeah, so anyway, we're gonna get started with this call. See you guys in the call. Yeah, I mean, long story short, I would just probably leave things as is because it'll probably go pretty quickly. Got a good set of people. Anyone want to share some wins before we get started? I know it's a little bit down week. Usually the week after Valentine's Day is always slow. But if anyone has some wins they want to share.
My latest ads are doing good. My chicks, they're kicking ass, man. I only had one of my ads turned on. I didn't realize the other two weren't showing, and I couldn't figure out why, and I had changes or whatever that I didn't. So I just turned them both on, and man, I'm getting all sorts of comments. They're just getting really starting to take off.
But cool. Well, anyone have any other wins they want to share? You guys know about that before we hop in today's call. Today we kind of have a couple mixture of topics I wanted to talk about today. At first I was going to make this call purely but the long form primary text with the little static image and stuff. I know a lot of people have been leveraging them, and you know, to be fair, people have been calling it all kinds of different things and go through it, why it works and stuff like that. I'll drop this SOP for you guys to follow along with in the chat right here. I know y'all gave me some really good feedback calls. So that way you'll get the option to either watch the full hour to 2 hour call for the SOP, or you literally can just go into your recordings now inside of the group and then weekly call recording, and there's this nice little link right here to these Google Docs to where instead of having to watch the full call, you can just scan through this doc itself. But today, like I said, the big thing we're talking about is the art of ad camouflage.